Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope that you are fine. Okay, students, as you know that we are continuing the chapter Ideals of Indian Constitution, Ideals of our Constitution, and we were discussing features of the Constitution. We have discussed three features of Indian Constitution: federalism, parliamentary form of government, directive principles of state policy. Now our next feature is independent of judiciary. Now students, an independent and impartial judiciary is essential in a federation. In a federation, there is always a possibility of conflicts between center and state or between the states themselves. To resolve these conflicts, an independent and impartial judiciary is required. The Supreme Court of India acts as the guardian of the Constitution. Now students, our next feature is fundamental rights. So first of all, what are rights? So students, rights are those freedoms which are essential for personal and common good, right? So the fundamental rights are enshrined in Part 3rd of our Constitution. They are justiciable. It means that if they are interfered or violated, a person can move a court of law for remedy. This we have discussed earlier also. Okay, so the first right we have been given, that is right to equality. What does right to equality say? That all citizens are equal in front of law. No one will be discriminated on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. According to Articles 14 to 18, the Constitution has declared that all citizens are equal. Okay, this also applies in matters of education and employment. The weaker and backward sections of the society have, however, been given certain privileges by way of reservations of seats in schools, colleges, government services, and in legislatures also. The state will provide all citizens equal protection of law. Our Constitution has also abolished untouchability. Its practice in any form is punishable offense. Next is right to freedom. Students, according to Articles 19 to 22, democracy cannot exist without individual freedom. Our Constitution guarantees 6 different freedoms to promote the ideal of liberty mentioned in the preamble. All citizens have right to, you can see here, speech and expression, association, assembly, residence, movement, and profession. It means that everyone has freedom of speech and expression. You can express yourself. You can assemble peacefully and without arms. You can form associations and unions. You can move freely throughout the territory of India. You can reside and settle in any part of India. You can practice any profession and carry on any occupation, trade, or business. But we must remember that right to freedom has to be used in right manner so that it does not harm others. For example, the right to assemble does not mean that we can create public disturbances and cause problems for others. Okay? Similarly, freedom of speech, it doesn't mean that we can say anything about anybody. Okay? So the right to freedom also means that no citizen can be punished without being proved guilty in court of law. Neither can anyone be punished for the same offense twice. Thus, this right protects us against injustice also. Next is right against exploitation. The right against exploitation prohibits trafficking, forced labor, and the working of children who are under 14 years of age. Here, trafficking means that trade of humans for the purpose of forced labor, slavery, etc. Okay. Now next is right to freedom of religion. We have discussed earlier also that all religions are equal before the law. There is no state religion. All citizens of India have freedom to practice and propagate his or her religion. Okay, as you see that there is a picture where in India there are symbol of all the religions. It means that all religions are equal in India. Now next is cultural and educational rights. Okay, students, people in our country belong to diverse cultures and speak different languages. Each community possesses rich literary and artistic traditions. Articles 29 to 30 of our Constitution state that everyone has right to develop and preserve their culture. People belonging to different communities also have the right to establish their own educational institutions. The government also helps and encourages the development of the cultural activities of different regions and communities. Okay, next is right to constitutional remedies. This is very important, right? Article 32 of the Constitution safeguards our fundamental rights by guaranteeing us the right to constitutional remedies. It is possible that government may on certain occasions violate our fundamental rights. This right protects the citizen against any such violation. A citizen can file a case against government in high courts and the Supreme Court. These courts possess the power to uphold the fundamental rights to citizen by issuing writ or an order. Writ means official order. Okay, so you can say that our constitution granted this right to us for our welfare, or you can say that government cannot violate our fundamental rights. Now students, next fundamental duties we'll be discussing in our next lecture. I hope that you have understood the fundamental rights, and if there is any problem, I would like to hear your problems. You can discuss. Okay, have a nice day. God bless you.